Your photogram is dry. You let it hang overnight. Now I've gone to my scanner. I've made sure that my USB cable is attached to my scanner. So you might actually have to check that the USB cord is actually plugged into your computer and not somebody else's. I've also checked that my scanner is on, so you need to press the power button on top of the scanner. If it's not going on, check that the power cord is actually plugged into the scanner. And now I've taken my piece, my photograph that I took from my pinhole, and I placed it face down in the scanner. Now that I've done that, I'm going to launch image capture, and it detects my scanner up here. And now the scanner is warming up, and we can go over the settings while it's warming up. So we do want the resolution to be 300. The size, you can leave it at US letter just as long as you're scanning more than the actual pinhole. And then where scan to, I'm going to leave it to desktop, but I'm going to call this my first last name, and I'm going to call it pinhole. And then I do want it to be a JPEG. So I can see the preview of it right here. So I'm going to change this to my first last name, pinhole, 1, because you might have more than one that turned out. And then I'm going to hit scan. Now, while it's scanning, you could launch Photoshop if you don't already have that open. I already have mine launched, so we're ready to go. You can see the negative scanning in here. Doesn't really matter, like the dotted line is, more than my picture. I'm going to crop it anyway, so doesn't matter. So there it is, it's scanned on my desktop. So now I'm going to go to Photoshop, and I'm going to open that file that I just scanned in. Here it is. Open it up. Okay. Now, this picture is 5 by 7, so I'm going to get my crop out, and I want the height to be 7, and I want the width to be 5. Actually, I'm going to switch that. I want the width to be, it's width. The width to be 5 and the height to be 7, and I want to leave the resolution at 300. And then I'm going to, it should be perfectly proportional because the paper was 5 by 7 in the darkroom. I'm just going to make this slightly smaller. It's snapping. I'm going to hit return, and I might have to do it one more time to get rid of any of the white. Or we go up here, and there we go. And I'm going to crop it one more time because I still have a little bit of white at the bottom. I'm going to zoom in, so maybe it will let me be a little bit more detailed with my selection. Slightly. Okay. And return, or you can hit the check mark up here to crop it. Very good. Okay, so in my layers, I'm going to duplicate this, Command J. So now I have both of these on top of each other. And then I'm going to go to Image and Canvas Size. And I want the width to be twice as big. I want the height to be the same, but now I want to change the width. So I'm just going to multiply this by 2 so that the width of the canvas is 10 inches. And I'm going to hit OK. And now I'm going to hit Command 0 to see all of it. Actually, Command negative to see all of it. And I'm going to move my negative over to the left and select the other layer and move that layer to the right. Now what it did was I have some white here that it left over from the canvas, so I'm just going to simply select that. You can use any of the selection tools. I'm just going to use the magic wand tool on this layer right here, select the white and hit delete so it's not going to get in the way of my other layer. Command D to unselect that, and then I'm going to go back to my other layer and bring back my negative. Okay, so now I want to inverse this one. So we have the negative here, and we're going to put the positive here. So with this layer selected, I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, and I'm going to invert this. And there's my positive. Okay, the other thing I need to do is I need to flip this. So I'm going to go to Edit, transform, and then I'm going to flip it horizontally, and I'm going to move that over. And then here we go. We have our negative here, and we have our positive, and it's beautiful. It's really nice. So now I just have to save this. So I'm going to save File, Save As, and I'm going to save a Photoshop version to my desktop, first, last name, Pinhole 1, and say Save, just in case I need to open this up again. And I'm also going to File, Save As, and I'm going to save a JPEG. And the JPEG is what I'm going to upload to Google Classroom. Hit OK. It's beautiful. Really nice. Very cool.